All right, students, welcome back. We're going to continue with our STAR writing performance rubric. We're going to go ahead and jump to number 3, the scoring rubric for number 3. All right. So for number 3, the essay represents a satisfactory writing performance. Go ahead and get your score number 3 rubric at this time. And let's look at the organization progression part. So the organizing structure of an essay that receives a 3 is for the most part appropriate to the purpose and responds to the specific demands of the prompt. That means that you are on target for the prompt. The essay is clear because you use an organizational strategy that's well suited to the expository task. So that means that you've organized it correctly and that you are writing on the prompt. Okay? The writer establishes a clear central idea. So that means that you have stated your central idea in a topic sentence, and most of your ideas are related back to that central idea. They are focused on the topics of the prompt. Your essay is coherent. That means it makes sense, though it may not always be unified due to minor lapses in your focus. So for the most part, it makes sense and you're on target. The writer's progression of ideas is generally logical and controlled. That means you are providing some examples, explanations, facts, and details to support your central idea, and they make sense, and they have some control. That means they're not all over the place. For the most part, your transitions are meaningful. Remember, we talk about using meaningful transition words. We just don't want to throw transition words in a writing piece just to have them there, but they are there in meaningful ways. And it's not first, second, third, then, all those types of words. It's going to be words like therefore, however, things like that really help the reader understand where you're coming from. Or unless those first, second, third is if you're writing something in sequential order, like steps to do something. All right. So if you get a 3, your writing is kind of tight, meaning it has sentence-to-sentence connections, and they're sufficient to support the flow of an essay. You want your essay to really flow and show relationships among those ideas. Remember, when you're having relationships among ideas, you have a organizational pattern. You're following some type of organizational structure, because that's all organizational patterns or text structure is. Relationships among ideas. All right, let's go to development of ideas. This is very important. If you scored 3, that means the development of ideas is sufficient because you will use details and examples that are both specific and appropriate, adding some substance to the essay. So you're not only have you stated your central idea, but you're developing that idea with some details and examples. And the essay reflects some thoughtfulness. This is so very important. That's why we don't do formulaic writing. Write about what you truly care about in response to the prompt. Because when you write about something you truly care about in response to the prompt, you're going to put your thought into it. You're going to put your feeling, your emotion into it. So your essay must reflect some thoughtfulness. It must show that you actually took some time to think about what they told you to think about, and that you actually brainstormed what you really care about. The writer's response to the prompt is original rather than formulaic. It's original. It doesn't look like you put things in little boxes and worked your way through it. at the point where you are publishing your piece. Maybe you do that. Maybe you have to do that for some of your brainstorming, and do that if you must. But make sure that your response is original rather than some formula that, well, I need to say this, then I'm going to use this word, and then I'm going to say that. Okay. And then let's look at the use of language. So the writer's word choice is for the most part clear and specific. It reflects an awareness of the expository purpose and establishes a tone appropriate to the task. And your word choice usually contributes, that means add to the quality and the clarity, the clearness of the essay. So be careful on your choice of words. Be sure not to use vague words, like I said before, but use powerful words that really show how you feel or about something, or how you felt about something. For instance, instead of using sad or good or bad, use other words. Like for bad, use dreadful or lousy. I mean, really use a word that shows your thoughtfulness and shows how you felt. Okay? All right, so let's look at some scored 3s. All right, so this is Miss Von Altman's stories. After a few moments, everyone bursts with laughter. Even Miss Von Altman is giggling after telling her story. The whole class is happy and smiling. Miss Von Altman's stories are definitely why I like being in 4th grade. When I hear her stories, I laugh and laugh until my sides will split. I bang on my desk, for that the story is so humorous. Miss Von Altman's stories will surely make you feel brand new and wonderful. Sometimes her stories are a little sad, and occasionally they are gross. When they are sad, they are frowns and some melancholy. When the stories are gross, there are disgusted looks, but some say cool. Miss Von Altman's stories give you a combination of emotions. There's a variety of subject that Miss Von Altman can tell about. You can experience emotions during the story. You can also learn about life. All you have to do is sit back and enjoy the story. In this satisfactory writing performance, the writer introduces the central idea that Miss Von Altman's stories are definitely why I like being in 4th grade. That is her topic sentence. And then in that first paragraph, that is called an anecdote. And an anecdote is a personal story to bring your central idea more to life. So, although the writer does not fully develop the details of the various stories that Miss Von Altman tells, the focus of the response is the description of how the stories make the class feel, like it makes you feel brand new and wonderful. The clear and specific word choice, like I laugh until my sides will split, or there are frowns and some melancholy, contributes to the overall quality of the essay. The writer here uses meaningful transitions and good sentence-to-sentence connections. Notice there aren't a lot of transition words, but the ones that she uses are very meaningful and shows relationships among these ideas. In addition, the writer's conclusion reflects some thoughtfulness and just brings the response together when she says, you can also learn about life. All you have to do is sit back and enjoy the story. That was a very good closing. Okay, so that is why this writing piece scored a satisfactory writing rating. All right, let's look at one more. To support the central this is fun things to do as a 4th grader. So this 4th grader chose to do also a title. Says, I love being a 4th grader. There's so many fun things you can do. If you're lucky, you get a nice teacher, you can do even more fun stuff. There's a lot of things to do, like field trips. You can go places like parks, movie theaters, civic centers, and more fun places. When you get back from the field trips, you can do more stuff. I like to read because it makes your imagination go wild, and that's fun. Usually on Fridays, we go to stations and play. I like playing games like Around the World. I usually play with friends or classmates. After stations, we do a little bit of work and go to PE. We play games like dodgeball, kickball, knockout, and lots more. Okay, so you see here, to support the writer here, central idea is there are so many fun things you can do in 4th grade. So we can expect that we're going to read about all the fun things to do. So in order to support that central idea of many fun things you can do, the writer provides examples that are specific and appropriate, like going on field trips, go to stations, go to PE, recess, get on the computer. Okay, so while they didn't choose one reason, well, they did choose one reason why they like being in fourth grade, and that's because there are many fun things to do. So because he said many fun things to do, then he had to tell about the many fun things to do. Okay, so that's just another way to look at it. The development of ideas is sufficient because the writer specifies places of the field trips, stations, PE, recess activities, games available on the computer, as well as enjoyable websites. The response contains sufficient sentence-to-sentence connections and reflects some thoughtfulness, like reading makes your imagination go wild, or recess gives your brain a break from work. However, it does have a very weak conclusion that does not contribute to the development of the piece, but the writer here does demonstrate a satisfactory understanding of the expository task. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be on target to the prompt and provide enough information. All right, let's look at a 4. A 4, it represents an accomplished writing piece. That means that it's appropriately organized. Developments of ideas are there. There's a topic sentence, and there's a central idea, and those ideas are appropriately supported with details, examples, explanations, and that the writer's choice of word choice is purposeful and precise, and they have strong command over grammar and conventions. They use sentences that are different sentence structures. There's just well controlled, just a really effective essay. All right, let's look at one example. Light bulb. Woo! Look at that circuit, I said. I love fourth grade for so many reasons, but I especially like the cool science experiments. So straight away in the first paragraph, the writer tells the central idea is going to be the one reason why they like fourth grade is because of the school science experiments. So as a reader, I'm expecting to read only about science experiments. So an engaging anecdote, woohoo, look at the circuit, I said, introduces the central idea that the writer loves fourth grade because of the cool science experiment. This focused response includes specific details and examples about the different science experiments, like circuits, air pressure, making, stalagmites and stalactites, and reflects a unified and cohesive essay. He included meaningful transition and strong sentence-to-sentence connections to show the relationship among ideas, and all of that reflects the author's thorough understanding of the expository writing task. So you see you're being assessed basically to see if you understand the writing task, whether it be expository or narrative, but you will be writing an expository writing task. And the state of Texas wants to see if you have a great understanding of the expository task. That is, can you tell them what you're going to tell them about in a topic sentence? And can you provide examples, facts, details, and explanations to support that topic sentence? And can you do it in a thoughtful way? Can you show them that you know how to write complete sentences with correct grammar, spelling, conventions? And can you bring them into your story and let them truly hear your voice? That's what this writing is all about. So I hope that you have learned much about how you will be scored for your expository writing prompt. You'll be scored anywhere from a 1 to a 4 based on your writing performance following one expository writing prompt. So make sure that you understand that an expository prompt explains something. It's telling what it's telling here, for example, what you like, and explain why you like it. And then you have to show the reader. You have to show them, tell them what you like, and then show them why you like it. through explanations. That's why showing, not telling, is so important. All right, I hope you enjoyed this little preview. I look forward to reading your essays. Goodbye for now.